first term here. Match day live this afternoon. Richmond Crescent, East Geelong and Thomson. Anderton gets the first tap, pushing the back straight away. East Geelong will take the free kick. It'll be Liston in the middle for the Eagles. So Danny Liston has it now. Goes with the left boot to the outer side, half forward flank. On a long lead coming at Cameron is that. Takes the mark. Is it Cameron?
It is.
It is.
Ryan.
So he goes with the right foot long towards full forward scrobble. That comes out 30 in line over the back. Maharis falls over at the crucial stage. Sean O'Leary walks into the goal square and can kick a point. Just missed it. It ran away from him. So the first score, 2. In for Thomson, decides to play on. Nobody's standing the mark. Gains 10 metres. Chips the ball up the ground towards Mitchell. Still inside defensive 50. Takes the mark. The umpire's over. Fantastic. And he has reversed it because Christian Highland has run into him.
Gee.
So...
I didn't say. I just thought the umpire fell out. Christian Highland's obviously got in and out very quickly because he was nowhere in the vicinity.
The ball's going to be turned over to Adam Scrobelak, of all people. So he'll have no trouble with the distance because he's going to be kicking from 45 metres out directly in front. And a chance for the Eagles to put the first on the board after Christian Highland's run into the umpire and knocked him over.
He's a big brute of a man too, Highland.
Oh, he is. He's massive. Scrobelak comes in, left foot kick straight through the middle. No worries about that. So the first major of the afternoon
goes to the umpire.
Goes to umpire Parson.
It's picked up there by Curtis. Can't pick it up now. He gets a handball out. Goes to McLeod, and that's tied. Handball inside to Riley. Riley goes short, looking for McLeod, and Jackson on a lead. Goes over his head. Unusual not to see Vetter playing on him. The ball's picked up there by Hylett. He goes on the left foot and wide and finds O'Hara. O'Hara in the back pocket now, goes back to where he's playing on the wing. Running players coming down. Hildebrand traps the ball, knocks it only in the hands of Rout. Rout for Thomson, goes back to Mitchell, and now in the hands of O'Neill it was who picked the ball up, but Mitchell's found it again, goes inboard, and it's with the big fella Anderton, kicks long again, straight down the middle of the ground towards Wallace. Ball is knocked away in the contest, and again, front and square contest, picked out by Coy. He feeds the ball out to Jennings, who goes backwards now, and again, this time Liston on the right foot, left foot a kick, but it's only found Nick Maharis on centre wing, so he takes the mark. Slips as he goes to play on, transfers straight across the ground and finds Jones in space by himself. Goes outside, Menzies back in the side this week. From half back runs, O'Leary, pressure, good chase there from O'Leary. Again, Jones gets the forward kick in, but coming out is Vetter this time in front. Doesn't take collection of the ball. Lucky he didn't get Highland going through. Tackled by Jennings. Umpire says, you're in the bad book, son. You've done the wrong thing early. You're going to listen, get a few free kicks against you. So Jennings for East Geelong with the resulting free kick.
Interesting to see Thomson just been bombing it in so far. They need to start finding targets.
So Jennings now steadies, goes wide. Primke's got himself on the half-back line and takes the mark for East Geelong. Now he looks for Cameron, who's led up again. Vaughan hands in back. Scott from behind takes the ball, pulls it back in underneath him. Probably lucky there, but Cameron jumped on top of him. So Scott now has a chance. Goes back by hand to Vaughan. Vaughan chips around the boundary line. Highland takes the mark. And the umpire says that's fine, just to field of play. Plays on now, and again, the short kick leading up Riley. Handball goes back to Highland, who just ambles through the middle of the ground, kicks inside, but the kick's not good, and Chamberlain chips in and takes the mark.
Chamberlain now from defensive. Half-back flank goes towards Malcolm O'Leary in front, but Maharis judges it better, takes the mark at half-back, chips the ball back in the middle, the big fella Anderton takes the mark.
No. Downfield free kick there. Ryan O'Coy's just tried.
Ryan Coy's run through with the elbow up.
Just try to take Maharis out. He's got 50 for it as well, so
Anderton will bring the footy down towards half forward, imposing themselves early. The umpires here on the game. Coy's straight off the ground. After that indiscretion, Anderton now has it at centre half forward. City end of the ground. Elects to chip the ball towards half forward. Maharis followed up. Nick Maharis has taken the mark. Plays on now. On that left. Terrible kick off the boot. Sets a task for Wallace. Goes towards the right forward pocket, close to the boundary line. Still in play. East Geelong defence working overtime as he dropped the footy. The umpire said too high. And then 50. Oh, here we go. This is going to be great this afternoon, boys. I can feel it now. It's building in the box already. There's another 50.
I'll tell you what's got to happen. East Geelong's got to get someone on Maharis. He started on the wing at the start of the game by himself, and no one's gone to him yet so far, and he's already had about 5 touches, so he's certainly not the type of player you want to be letting roam by himself.
So the ball's with Jennings at half-back now. 50 against Thomson. Plays on. Goes to the right foot towards centre wing. Out wide, looking for Chamberlain. Leads Highland. Going to run away. Kel's going to get the first posse of the game. Well done, Kel. Does well. Let's see what... Thrown in, favours nobody in particular. O'Neill taps it back towards Mitchell, gets a half a shepherd, needs some support now. Cameron bears down and does well, but then loses the footy. Mitchell follows it up, needs some support, close to the boundary line. And the East Geelong...
Thomson free kick.
So Scott's going to be in the last line of defence, gives it away by hand to Vaughan, runs across the defensive goal square and finds a teammate, chips the ball over the top. Still inside defensive 50, Menzies. He got it.
Costello.
And then gives it back to Costello. He handballs it and sets Jones attacks. O'Hara bears down. Well, the umpire said too high, so Thomson going to take the free kick.
They're red hot, aren't they?
It's going to be Jones from defensive 50. Yeah. And chips it out wide. Costello followed it on. Goes with the right foot, tumbling punt towards centre wing. Ball in dispute now. Curtis is across there for Thomson. But East Geelong with the numbers. Primke missed the hot handball. Ball came out. Was that a push in the back? Umpire said no. Still at half forward for Thomson on the outer side. Pack develops. Umpire says something. For God's sake, say something. It's in there. It's been in there for half an hour. Ball it up, for God's sake. They're wearing orange. Isn't that enough? Yeah. They don't need to stand out any further.
Still no one on Maharis, guys, either. And Highlight's got the job on Jackson McLeod down there for East Geelong.
So McInnes... Sorry, mate. Ball thrown up in that half-forward position. Comes out the back door. Now it's with Vaughan. Tries to get around Chamberlain. He throws him to ground. The free kick's definitely going to be down the field for that indiscretion. And Robbie Chamberlain with another 50. That one was there. That one was there. I'll give him that one. The free kick, I don't know about the 50.
Well, the free kick was there.
They haven't taken on board the same application in the AFL where a sling tackle now constitutes a 50-metre penalty as well.
Well, it might be new rules, but the obviously haven't been told about it. But he definitely warranted a free kick for sure, because he's definitely got rid of the ball. So Martin Curtis.
Not much of a 50 though, so.
Our choice for league beast and fairest.
Picking him already.
Yeah, we've declared him now.
You get 2 votes.
I've been scared off.
You get 2 votes this year.
So Curtis comes in. He's only 15 metres out from goal, kicking into a little breeze. Chips at the ball. He won't get votes for doing that, and he's missed it. So a costly miss there for the Thomson side, which sees East Geelong at about the 10-minute mark of the first quarter lead. 1 goal, 1-2 Thomson, 1 behind. So highlighted it is with the kicking in duties. As I said, Mark Vetter not playing on McLeod, which is a surprise. He comes straight down the ground. It's a nice looking kick. Mark has been taken by O'Leary. Just on 50, I'd say, so he's chipped it in nicely. O'Leary now goes to the centre of the ground. Player there takes some marks. O'Hara seems to be relishing his role on the wing from recent weeks, from what I've heard, and now plays on, gets around the players through the middle of the ground, goes long, looking for Gloucester, out in front, over the top. Denneman does well, front and square, goes back to Scott. Scott now back to Denneman, and Big Anderton's down there to help. He takes the ball, has time to steady, chips short, goes looking for Curtis, chips in front, goes back to Anderton at ground level, picks the ball up. His handball's not real effective. Maharis goes in and collects the ball. Free kick's been awarded. The play-on's now called, and Curtis goes on with it, goes short and finds Riley. Riley steps back into the field. The play was going to go on, but decides to slow things down. So Noel Riley has Lennon, who's playing up forward today, which seems to be strange, but now the space opens up. It's not a good kick. It's only going to favour Primke. He's there by himself, goes up and take the mark. Actually, McInnes, is it? And he takes the mark. Oh, it's Cameron, yeah, it's definitely McInnes. So McInnes it is with the ball. Players from behind, Vetter waiting for the ball to come out, but he just loads up, goes long, goes towards Jennings near centre wing. O'Neill with body work gets rid of that player, goes to Scott, the short chip over the top, probably could have been hands, but it goes to Anderton. The kick was good. Big Anderton gets the around the oncoming player, kicks wide, goes towards Wallace, can't take the mark, but at ground level Jones picks it up. Only a 5-metre kick. Riley knocks it further afield, goes to McLeod, now to Wallace, and Wallace on the right foot goes short and finds McLeod. He takes the mark out on the cricket pitch area here at Richmond Crescent. So Jackson McLeod, he's well outside range, I would think, with that breeze blowing from where it is. So just waits for players to push back. Now he loads up, goes long. It'll be about 20 metres out. McLeod's there, goes through the contest, picked up there by Highland. Highland just wanders in and kicks it over the umpire's head for their first goal.
Anderton stands his ground. McInnes gets it down. Hildebrand got one hand to it. Now Gardner through the middle. Tried to draw a player. Now gets a right foot clearing kick towards half forward. Lead on from Wallace in front. Takes the mark. Seen him do that a few times. Wheels around on the right foot. Kicks it to nobody in particular. O'Hara gets back there for East Geelong, gets around a couple of players and now breaks free at half back. Then he stuffed it up and then he turned it all over and only went as far as Highland. He stuffed it up as well, gave it straight back to O'Hara. He kicks around the corner, but Lennon stands his ground in the middle, takes the mark uncontested, drills it back towards half forward. Good kick too. Rout should be able to take the mark. No, he can't under pressure. Scott gets around one, loses the football, brings it back in, got a head, kick in the head. Now Rout wrapped up, he loses it. Hildebrand, it's pretty hot at half back for East Geelong. Ball spills free back to the middle. O'Leary and O'Neill, watch this. Bang! They go both at it. O'Leary, he kept going and did well, and then he loses the football, got some support through the middle. Hildebrand did well, goes with a right foot kick on a long lead. Scrobelack pushes his player past the footy. Can the big fella keep it in? No, he can't. It runs away from him. Umpire throws the ball in, favours Scrobelack, gets it down to the side. Thomson with the numbers. They're wrapped up. Umpire says play on. Footy was dropped. Now Lennon in the middle, leaves it behind. Cameron got a clearing kick across the face of goal, and it'll be out of bounds this time. Okay.
Don't say that.
Ball spills free from the ruck contest, out of bounds once.
Mate.
Scrobelack got it down, but Thomson with the numbers, deep in defence. O'Neill ran free now, goes to the right foot kick. Oh, that's a dangerous kick though, 1 on 2. And it sits okay for the East Geelong 2. Might be able to drive it back in, and that's Watson who broke free. Terrible kick off the boot though, and here comes the smiling assassin, Rod Peacock, kicks it towards Cal again. Might get his second possession for the quarter. Will it sit in for Michael O'Leary? No, it won't. Between wing and half forward. Peacock doing the ruck work. McInnes uses his body and gets it away. Spills towards Lennon. He left it for Harrison, set him a task. He got it away to Gardner. Gives it to Lennon in close by hand. Now right foot kick. Oh, that's a hold. Should be. Michael O'Leary should take the free kick and does for a hold there. And it will be Michael O'Leary, back end of centre wing, to take the kick.
So the ball's chipped in short and the mark has been taken by Cameron on the centre wing, or is it McInnes? Goes in long now and looks for Scrobelack. He dives and takes the mark inside 50. So the big fella now will go back and line up for goal number 2. So McInnes, quick left foot kick in. Big fella found himself in the right spot. So Scrobelack. It's just about right. Let's one in the book, I think, boys. Right distance, right range. So the big fella now comes in. Adam Scrobelack for goal number 2. Nice kick off the boot. Umpire just stands there and looks to go straight back over his head. So there's 2 goals to Adam Scrobelack.
Yeah. Back to the middle. McInnes got it down. Coming off the wing, Jennings. Left it for his teammate, though. In Hildebrand, who got it free just as Lennon tackled him. Now Scott doesn't sit for him. Coy coming out. Vaughan reads it better for Thomson. Flashes towards centre wing with a kick. Riley might sit for him. And, well, does it. He keeps it in front, gains 10 or 15 metres. And up against McInnes. Favours neither. Mitchell runs through the pack. Goes towards centre half forward. And East Geelong, though, with the numbers, Hylett runs from half back, goes a long kick towards the middle. Vaughan behind to tap it on. Great tap on by Cameron. Coy left it for O'Leary. O'Leary left it for Coy. He got it. Left foot kick around the corner. Menzies runs back with a fly to the footy. Runs past Costa and Denneman. Thomson 3 on 2. If they can break free now, Menzies close to the boundary line. Drills it back. Holds up in the breeze. Mitchell coming at it. Cameron took a good mark. Ooh, be careful, Adam Vaughan. Outside 50.
Denneman's got the job on Costa, as we just saw then.
It's not a bad matchup, actually.
So Cameron now 55 metres out with the breeze. Obviously backs himself. Thinks he's a chance. Going back to line it up for the third for the Eagles this afternoon. He's probably just in the right spot for the breeze to come straight past the ball. Let's see how he goes. 55 out. He gives it everything. It's good distance and it's a goal. Don't you worry about that. So through the middle for East Geelong's third.
And Peacock, McInnes over the top, knocks it down to Chamberlain, fends off. It's a little 5-metre kick, picked up there by O'Neill. Goes backwards, has Scott, and Scott in support, chips over the top, and will find Mitchell. Umpire calls him to play on, said it didn't travel the required distance. Got the old tongue-tie going there, but Menzies now with the ball, goes to centre wing. Ooh. Highland takes the mark. Oh, no. Gee, after the first couple of incidents, he could have asked for 50, and now he's going to pay.
He must have heard you, Dale.
I think Highland was actually late a bit longer than he thought. I think that's what gave it to him. So,
milked it to perfection.
Oh, I think so. He wasn't going to give it, I don't think, but then I decided he stayed down a bit longer. It might have actually hurt. So, Highland, the recipient of a 50-metre penalty.
That's the 4th one of the game, if my memory serves me correctly.
Yep.
So Highland now from just inside 50 will kick from just outside, steps inside, goes short. Player leading there was Wallace. Wasn't a good kick, and I don't know if the ball thrown up. Wallace plucks it out of the thing. I hope he doesn't get tackled because he's going to be in trouble. The ball actually comes out of the back of the contest, picked up by McLeod on the left foot. It's not a good kick going towards goal. It's been touched there by Rout and will go through for a little bit deeper this time by Thomson. So Highlight, a good kick of the football, comes to the clubroom side of the ground, goes looking towards Primke. Peacock's there over the top. Maharis just knocks it straight back. O'Leary standing in the spot, kicks out wide, and O'Hara, who's playing on the far side of the ground, marks on this clubroom side. It's just back of centre wing now, chips over the top. Leading up by himself is Cameron again. He finds some space. Handball goes back inside to Jennings. Has a big fella, Scroblack, bleeding one way. Other way is Closter. Kick doesn't make him. And the ball goes over the... Scroblack obviously doing the ruck work. Takes it down to his mate and Coy. Coy kicks round the corner. Hasn't got the accuracy, but it's marked in the field of play by Nathan Denneman. And Denneman for the Thomson side will relieve some pressure. He's looking to go back across the face of goal. I don't know if that's the right option, but Scroblack's standing out here, so that's probably the reason why. He goes directly up the ground, and that's a good kick because he's found Mitchell. Vaughan might have been lucky then. I thought he was going to get picked off for a shepherd then. But Mitchell now plays on, goes to the far side of the ground, goes over the top of Menzies' head, handballs, goes over the top, has Costello, who steadies, kicks round the boundary line. Jones in space, up and takes the mark. So they've moved the ball well out of defence with Jones now on centre wing. Chips the ball back into the middle of the ground, and it's not quite the middle, but it's picked up there by Riley. Goes back to Jones, who pushes forward and kicks around the boundary line again. Target there's Wallace. It's a great kick. Has support around him. Runs towards goal and loads up, and I think he's happy with the kick. Just missed, actually.
Likes to go towards Chamberlain. Good kick too. Finds him in front of Peacock at half-back. Takes the mark. Coy gives him a lead. Long lead from Cameron too, straight down the middle. He goes in that direction. Vaughan in front. O'Neill's there as well. They go up off the back. Hildebrand sits for him. He's wrapped up by Jones. Dropped the footy. Umpire said play on. O'Hara thought about the handball 3 times. Then he decides to kick. 2-on-2. Closter. Oh, Denneman fell over at the crucial stage. And Closter took the mark 20 metres out. Slide angle. Chance for his first.
That's a shame for Denneman because I thought he'd been doing a pretty good job so far on Closter. I don't even know if he'd had a kick up to this moment in time now, but you'd expect him to kick the goal from here.
O'Hara obviously enjoys that not so close checking out in a wing compared to a forward role, so but they've got enough tools up forward now so they can afford that luxury.
So Closter comes in 20 metres out, and the umpire again says it's all
to go to him, but he goes straight up the ground and goes looking for Peacock. Primke in front, ball gets to the back, picked up there, and Thomson with a great chance, running straight at goal there was Cashel. Wallace doing the ruck work. McGuinness just puts the palms of the ball down. It's a nice tap. Picked up there, and I think it was Paisley who kicks the ball out of defence. Only comes out towards the half-back line, but Riley charging at the ball, takes possession, kicks back in forward and behind. The mark has been taken, but there's a push being given.
Jacko's got it.
And that's against, must be Hylett, who's playing on McLeod. So Jackson McLeod with a chance now to have another shot at goal for the Thomson side at 23 minutes in this first quarter. And a very important kick.
It's not far out, but this is almost one of the hardest shots on the ground at the moment. The wind's going to be bowling straight against him.
Keep it low.
Yes, that's what I say too. Keep it low, just inside the left-hand post. He loads up. Looks like it's a nice kick, and the umpire actually did not even move then, so that is a goal to the Thomson side.
Goes early, doesn't get the tap down, coming off the line, Gardner. Pushed it back towards Riley. Todd McLeod just on the ground as well. Gets a right foot tumbling punt towards half-foot O'Leary. Reads the play better against Cashel and takes the mark. Back into the centre square at centre half back. Goes the right foot kick out wide. Looking for Cameron. He goes up. Can't take the mark off. Hands at the back. Chamberlain. Left foot kick. High again. And down the field.
Another one.
Bit late there. So against Thomson. And Chamberlain was the player who was felled there. And it's going to fall into the arms of Cameron for a kick.
No surprise to see Timmy Gardner over there.
No, he doesn't like East Geelong. I can tell you that. He doesn't like
really?
You know what? East Geelong don't like him. It's a love-hate relationship. So Cameron now, who has kicked one this afternoon, in about the same position as the last one. A couple of metres closer, he comes in with a right foot kick. This time as he got the distance, it's off hands and rushed through now 4-1 behind to the... And that's on the De Grande Cycling Sport first quarter scoreboard.
So Denneman kicks in quickly, the ball comes out. Lennon tried to take the big screamer there, but tried to go round the boundary line, but I know what his intention was, but and I think the umpire probably called it right in the end. But Jennings now puts East Geelong back into the forward line. Scroblack comes out to the ball. Maharis went back, and a free kick's going to be given. And it's going to go to the big fella again. So now there's 50.
Another 50.
Oh, can I tell you, Sean O'Leary and Nick Maharis don't like each other either. Did I tell you that?
I don't think it needs to be told. It's almost assumed.
I don't think Sean had many friends outside East Geelong, would he?
Well, I love him here.
They
I
do.
love Scrobber
That's
too.
it. Actually, he's another bloke that could actually win the medal, Scrobber, because he influences games. There you go.
Well, he already has. He's just kicked his 3rd goal there. So
Well, that's what I'm saying. He was a dominant player against Bannockburn the day they played him here, and I think for most of the time he's a big bloke under the eyes of the umpire, and he gets a lot of possessions around the ground. So and does influence results. So East Geelong 5 goals 2, Thomson 2 goals 3, and East Geelong probably a goal or 2 short of where they want to be at quarter time, I reckon.
Jennings just giving Harris a mouthful, so good to see the young fella getting into it.
Yeah, Nick Maharris just told Michael Jennings not to duck his head when he goes for marks. Oh, don't you love it? It's great. They'll probably have a beer after the game. So back to the middle.
We love a contest.
Oh, it's fantastic. 18 points, 17 points the difference. Anderton.
Sun's out. Hope it doesn't get too low in the afternoon.
I know, well, don't worry about that. Still in the middle. Curtis runs through. Coming off the line, handball away, came from Trenery to Todd McLeod, gives it away to Gardner, runs free, right foot kick towards the lead of Jackson McLeod. Great mark. And took the mark in front of Highlight. Not much he could do there, and we'll shoot for goal from 45 metres out. It's a tough kick into the breeze at that end, at the city end of the ground. Might test the kicking power here, I think, of Jackson McLeod. He's kicked one.
See if those cards put their sunscreens up, I think.
Saw that as well.
And he chips the footy and it falls to nobody in particular. Goes towards the right forward pocket. And, well, it's kicked off the ground. It's touched, actually, through for one behind to the Tigers.
The ball quickly, and it's found O'Hara, who delivers the ball back into the centre of the ground. The only one there by himself is O'Neill. It goes over the top. O'Leary, chance to pick the ball up in the centre of the ground. Well, actually, doesn't pick it up. The ball comes out. And there's going to be a free kick, and it's going to go to O'Leary for a push in the back. And Sean O'Leary is just waiting for the ball to come back. Jennings is obviously going to get the ball back to him shortly. Umpire just telling Menzies that it was probably Berry now with the ball. Kicks the ball forward. It's a nice looking kick. Goes looking for Cameron. And the mark has been taken, but there's a push out. Umpire in the right spot there. And a free kick goes to Nye Riley. So Riley has the ball, goes back by hand and finds Scott, who goes wide. Denneman out on the half-back flanks, takes the ball, and again it's around the boundary line we go, but the kick's not good. Picked up there by Liston, who plays on quickly. Long kick going back towards goal. Has the accuracy, hasn't got the carry. Oh, it's run across the face of goal and through for a minus.
Don't get in trouble with the lovely lady by calling in the wrong name. So O'Neill thought about short to Scott. He elects to go further towards the lead, and it's okay if Costello. It's still inside 50 now. He goes towards Cal again, but he's okay. Maharis just inside the boundary line, can play on. Nobody within 20 metres of him. He chips the ball. Terrible kick to Gardner. And Primke, the taller man, could take the mark easily for a turnover at half back for the Eagles. So Primke now goes back towards centre half forward. In front, McInnes can take the mark. Might look for somebody to handball. No, he turns around. Nobody stands the mark, so he plays on and gains 10-15 metres, goes with a kick along over the back, sits for Coy, does it? Can he kick it around for a goal? Which way's it going to bounce? It's just going to miss for one behind. O'Leary's arms, who never misses an opportunity to kick a goal. Sean O'Leary walks in from the goal square and kicks it through for his first of the afternoon. And for
enough to where they wanted to be, but the game, McInnes with a great leap in the middle, taps the ball down, and Liston kicks the ball inside 50, and a quick mark's been taken by Cameron, and Cameron can go back and line up for goal. Got one from further out, missed one from this distance before, probably didn't kick through the ball. So Cameron from 45 metres out will kick from probably 50. Comes in. It's a good contact on the ball. It's going to have maybe the distance, but free kick being given away there. Ryan Closter just up and down before the proceedings, and a free kick goes to Denneman. So Denneman in the back line now. Another 50-minute penalty. So we're up to number 7 for the game. Obviously, Closter's had something to say. And once he's got this free kick, he'll be heading to the boundary line, I'd imagine. So Denneman now with the ball, looking for options behind him. He's going to go handball to Costello, decides against that and goes wide. O'Neill's out there by himself, and that's where he goes. So O'Neill takes the mark. Contact made. There's number 8 for the quarter, ladies and gentlemen. So we've got 3 teams out today, and they're all playing their parts.
It's 6-4 to 2-4 and 8 goals.
And Ryan Foster, as I said, coming to the boundary line after his indiscretion.
He might be coming back on.
Robbie Chamberlain's also going to head that way again. So now with O'Neill, he's going further than centre. He's now in the attacking zone for Thomson. So now needs to go, and he goes low and wide. As a siren sounds, McLeod takes the mark, And it's called a play on. There's a free kick. No, it's going to be quarter ending. So at quarter time, we'll see East Geelong go in 6-4-40. They lead the Thomson side 2-3. 2-3 or 2-4?
2-4. Lights for it again. Curtis wrapped up. Secondary bounce in the middle.
High.
High, said the umpire. So Thomson free kick. Martin Curtis with it for the visitors.
Number 22. They're red hot today, aren't they?
Free kicks goes wide. Looking for Wallace on a long lead. And takes that. In front of Paisley, turns around, left foot kick quickly. There's Scrobelack, got to keep it away from him. Jackson McLeod against him, numbers. Handball came up, and they break free through Highlight. Defensive 50 goes long. There's Andon, has to stand his ground. O'Leary comes at him, and he does well, the big fella. And Brett Andon just inside the centre square on centre wing, takes the mark. Got Rout on a quick lead, but it's pretty short. Jackson McLeod gives him a lead. He chips, though, the ball to John Mitchell. Still in the middle of the ground. Thought about the chip to Tim Gardner. Still thinking about it now. Now he goes further afield. Out wide looking for Maharis. Tries to ride that bump from Jennings. Off the side of the pack. There is O'Neill at 50. No left. Gets back on his right. Then he falls over. Handball. Sets a task for Wallace. Handballed it back towards the boundary line. Hildebrand put his body on the line and did well. But the kick was smothered out of bounds off Tim Gardner. So from the ruck contest. Falls to the front of the pack. Curtis over the top of it. Thomson. Get a clearing kick straight to that man. Again. Wallace has to make a bit of ground. Scrobelack can't take the mark. Tim Gardner handballs to the coach. Wallace, he's handballed to nobody in particular. O'Hara missed it. Wallace got a free kick. No throw, said the umpire. So it's going to be a free kick to East Geelong.
Interesting to see. Wallace has had a few possessions early on. He was very quiet in that first quarter.
So Michael O'Leary actually gives it back to Paisley. It's his free kick. So he chips the ball over the top to O'Hara. Oh, it doesn't sit for him now. It does. He looked for the handball over the top to Vedder. Breaks the tackle of Riley, goes from half back, tumbling punt back towards half forward. Primke to run onto it, and Jones is there as well. Primke, Jones did well, now he needs a bit of support. Handball back, standing start, getting it away with Scott. Short kick to Anderton, still on centre wing. Now he goes with the left foot, drills the ball towards Gardner on a long lead. Good kick and good mark, Tim Gardner. Takes it still in the middle of the ground, tries to chip it up towards Nick Maharis. Jennings against him. Maharis used the body, and the umpire said a hold.
That was probably there.
So Nick Maharis will take it, 55 metres out from goal. Ooh. He'll try and handball it, I suspect.
This is where Anderton needs to push down and be that option, I reckon.
Well, let's see. Jackson McLeod gave him a lead. He goes still for Jackson McLeod and Wallace. They get, Jackson McLeod stood in front, took the mark, and then the coach fell on him as he came down from the marking contest. So,
he's got a good set of hands, doesn't he?
He has. Jackson McLeod will shoot for goal from 35 metres out, slight angle for his second.
He's just so clean whenever he gets the ball. You know, most players sort of fumble it around and then eventually hang on to it, but Jackson's just, hands out, straight in, and that just sticks.
So Jackson McLeod, I think the wind might have dropped a little bit too.
It has, hasn't it?
Out there. So McLeod comes in. Thomson into the ground, right foot kick. Has it come back enough? It certainly has. Yes. Has not moved that goal limber. Hasn't had to do much work this afternoon so far. Scrobble
against Anderton. Probably Anderton maybe just with hands on ball. Shepherdsall puts his body in there, does well, allows a pick up there from now Highland, who comes through the middle of the ground. He kicks forward. Kick hasn't got a lot of penetration again. There's the big fella standing short. So again, that kick needs to just fall 10 metres shorter or go over the top. But the handball comes out, goes to Paisley, and the running players are out. And now it's out in the half back line with Jennings, who picks the ball up, kicks round the boundary line. It's a nice looking kick, got plenty of distance. Pushing Costello, pushes the player underneath the contest, goes with the handball over the top, back to Vaughan, and Vaughan now kicks back towards half forward, and Maharis leads up. Half volley can't be picked up. Good clean hands there, and it comes back now to Watson from the half back line. Takes them on, runs and carries and kicks inside, and Hildebrand takes the mark just forward of the centre position. So he steadies now and goes in quickly. Goes forward over the back of the pack. First to arrive is Scott. He picks the ball up, has time to steady and goes wide. And again, it comes out to Vaughan. So on the half back line this time.
No, we got a free kick.
No, the umpire's just running past that player. He's fallen over. So Cameron picking himself off the ground. The kick goes in short. Highland, I think he's having trouble with that reflection off the roof or the cars.
Not the only one.
He now has the ball still in the back half. Transfers play across the front of goal and out wide, but it goes to Costello, who's now kicked the ball. That's not a bad kick, so it's going to favour Wallace, but set him a real task. Mitchell's there. Sorry, not, it's Paisley with Curtis. He gets the handball over the top, and Cormac it is, who has the ball on the left foot. It's a nice kick going forward, and a mark and a good body in there from Cameron. Allows Jennings to take the mark. Plays on quickly, goes in towards full forward, and Closter coming out. Hands up, takes a nice mark about 25 metres out from goal.
Now, I don't usually like knocking players, and I don't know whether it's just the laconic nature that he plays with, but I don't think Curtis went the full quid there with the ball. Could have gone a bit harder, I think.
So now with Gloucester, as I said, you might be right, Jace, that wind has died off just a little bit. So Gloucester comes in. Now, the kick's still not going to make the distance from 25. The ball falls short. There's a free kick again being given. And the free kick, I think it's Vaughan that's got the ball. I can't quite pick it up from here. It's a bit difficult to see now. But Vaughan now chips the ball, goes towards the half-back line. It's a great kick, and it's gone 50 metres, as we said. It's gone to Denneman, goes to Mitchell, back to Denneman, put himself under pressure. Left foot kick short, and it's no good because it's come up with O'Hara, who has the ball. So East Geelong to go back into attack. His kick goes short. Oh, Cameron got fingertips on it. Vaughan in behind him, picks the ball up. Now loads up and goes towards centre forward. This time Rout takes the mark in the centre of the ground. Handballs wide to Jones. Has the running player in Wallace, and that's a better approach towards goal. Wallace can't take the mark. Needs support and has it through McLeod. He's there. The ball comes out, but Paisley does well. Hands over the ball, comes up. Watson. Oh, he ducks and tackled. He should be pinged. Yeah. That's a good call. So Glenn Wallace, free kick. Don't you agree there, Jace?
I thought the bloke ran in from the side and got him in the head.
I think he put his head down, mate. I think that was the reason why.
All right, fair enough.
That's what the umpires just said to him.
Free kick number 37 or something.
So Wallace now has Scrobelack. He's gone right back to the goal line, so he goes backwards. This time he finds Scott. Needs to come back to Wallace, I reckon, so he can chip and charge. But players no forward motion. This time he has to go, and he goes looking for McLeod. He's out and about. Spoils from behind, but behind is Chamberlain. Can't pick the ball up. There's a 2-on-1 situation, and support arrives, and now it's in the hands of Liston for East Geelong, who kicks the ball back towards centre wing. No. He's dealt with as he's kicked, and again, free kick, this time Marcus Hildebrand on centre wing.
I think both players there had a bit of a laugh about that, because I think the players know now that the umpires are going to pay the free kick.
So Hildebrand kicks the ball across the field, and it goes towards O'Hara. He can't take the ball. It's picked up there by Hyland. He's spun, goes to Mitchell. Mitchell comes back out to the clubroom side of the ground in front. Wallace. He can't stick him today because Paisley's got the ball out. Jennings picks the ball up, goes back 10, finds Chamberlain, fends off Riley, steadies himself on the right foot, goes towards half forward. Didn't favour anybody but Adam Vaughan for the Thomson side. Has time to steady now. Still running backwards, chips the ball inside, goes towards Scott. He takes the mark, plays on with a handball inside to Hyland. So through the centre of the ground they come again. Chip inside to the middle of the ground is Maharis, who now kicks wide, and that's Anderton out there by himself. The big fella needs to stand up, couldn't, fell over. Now he's put the ball towards Mitchell, who chips wider. That's a nice kick, but again, it doesn't reach Wallace, and it needed to because Paisley arrives, drags it in. He could be in trouble. Umpire sits over the top, waits for it. Ah, he said, that's mine.
Wonder how many free kicks we got now. Whenever you're ready, Cal. Free kicks.
Wake up, Australia.
So umpire throws the ball in. There's a free kick, and it goes against Scrobelack. This time it goes towards Adam Rout for Thomson.
4 free kicks to Thomson, 2 to East Geelong.
What about
this
for the
quarter?
game?
For the game, 15 to East Geelong, and 15 to Thomson, and 13 to East Geelong.
So 28.
So Adam Rout now from on 50 has a chance for Thomson. Kick the first of the quarter. Probably need to get this one. So a big opportunity now. Loads up. Has a good kick. It goes to the goal square, but the only bloke back there really is Scrobelack. He goes up and takes the mark. Plays on quickly. Comes out by hand to Primke. He falls over. He comes wider. Finds Chamberlain. So Chamberlain on the left foot. Chips round the corner. Jennings can't get to the contest. Jones intercepts. And back into place. Scrobelack taps the ball down to Coy. It goes over the top. And again, a stupid free kick against Thomson. And the free kick's going to go to Oliver. So Dean Oliver has the ball on the half-back line. Ryan Leonard standing to mark. He kicks towards centre wing. Jennings is Primke's going to come in to be the other target. He goes up. That probably should have been a free kick. Comes to the front of the contest. Coy picks up, and that's a beautiful kick going forward and finds Gloucester. Spins back on the right foot. Puts himself under pressure now. Kick goes in towards centre half forward. Hyland going back with the flight of the ball. Takes the mark. Looks for option coming past, has an option wide. That's where he goes, and it's O'Neill. Takes the mark, plays on. He can load up and probably go over top of Scrobelack, but goes looking for Wallace again. Paisley in front, does well. Marks comes to the front of the contest. Gardner couldn't pick it up. Emerging with the contest is, I think it's Watson, who kicks the ball again back towards the half-forward line, but standing in the road is Vaughan for Thomson. He doesn't waste any time, goes inside, and it's Hyland. There he is. He might be getting 3 votes again. Jake, you might be right. Handball over the top. Goes to Riley. Riley this time loads up, goes deep, and this time had too much carry on it, and going back as Highlight for East Geelong.
Eilert now goes over the top to Chamberlain, still inside defensive 50, takes the mark, chips the ball over further afield to Oliver at half-back, takes the mark, plays on now, Riley bears down, gets the right foot kick away, tries to set it up for Cameron, can't take the mark, Jones on hands and knees, comes off Jennings' foot, and Denneman in the boundary line. Which one's going to win? Just Denneman. Can he get around Closter? He handballs it back inboard to Anderton at half-back. Chips the ball over the top to Highland. A lot of kick-to-kick from half-back to half-back at the moment. Thomson going wide now to Maharis, who runs off half-back onto centre wing. Through the middle now. Left foot kick. Long towards Wallace. In front this time. Takes the mark. Will shoot for goal from 35 metres out.
Much better from Thomson there. They've got to move the ball quicker and more direct, and just keep it away from Scrobelack and the long bombs up forward.
Wallace's marks aren't sticking today, are they, really?
No, he's one that tends to use his chest a bit more than his hands as well.
So Glenn Wallace, 35 metres out, 45-degree angle, wind behind him, left footer. Comes in now and has hit the post. So through for one behind. And
the wind's died down a bit, and we're going to see a free kick.
That's not a good kick there. Highland's kicked in and kicked out of bounds on the full, so it'll be Christian Highland from 40 metres out.
Wasn't pretty since it came off the boot, was it?
No, I think
it was going out.
Go to the goal square, and that's where he heads. Needs a contest because Scrobelack's back there. Bands up. Wallace and Mark doesn't stick. Gets to the front of the goal square now. And underneath is Paisley. Comes out to Oliver. Again to that man Highland who kicks out. This is a better kick, but again, this time it's favoured Adam Rout for the Thomson side, and he takes the mark. This time outside 50. Goes back inside. Goes towards Vaughan. It's actually back on centre wing now. Can play on if he wants to. Coyd undecided whether he goes to him or just guards him. Now he goes to the far side of the ground. This is going to put some pressure on. Kick's good, and a good mark there by O'Neill. So O'Neill, this time on the attacking side of the ground, we'll call it, goes short, players in together with Highland, also had Costello. Highland picks the ball up, has players short, chips back into the centre of the ground. Nice looking kick, and the mark has been taken by Jones.
I got on that bandwagon at the right time, didn't I? Highland's been terrific in this second quarter.
He does get plenty of the ball, don't worry about that.
How about the kick from Vaughan though? Doesn't he use it brilliantly? Just low, flat, direct kicks.
So I reckon I wouldn't really let Costello take that mark because he can load up from that distance. I would have been able to. But anyway, they've got an opportunity now from about 45, 50. Jones loads up, goes long, has the distance, but accuracy is not there, and through for a minor score. 3 goals, 6-24, 6-4, 42 East Geelong, and the ball is back into play quickly.
Yep, from Highland to Chamberlain in the back pocket. Goes towards Cameron and our commentary box, and it might be our commentary box. Cal's got it, and he's dropped it. He's dropped the pie. Good work, Cal. Free kick to Adam Vaughan. Cal, Belmont Lions aren't calling, okay?
Especially at the moment, they're on 5 on the looks of things at the Devil's Playground.
They don't need you. So Adam Vaughan is going to have the free kick in front of our commentary box.
I had a piece of paper in my hand.
No excuses.
He now chipped it to Sean O'Neill on centre wing. O'Neill, they're certainly trying to attack from the opposite side, half forward flank. He goes across the ground.
We've got a free kick.
It's a hold, and it's going to Nick Maharis. And, oh, gee whiz.
Hold the ground.
So a free kick to Thomson, to Nick Maharis against Dean O'Hara. He'll shoot for goal from 40 metres out.
Not happy with that one, Dale?
Well, I don't see what he did. He didn't grab him. He just stood his ground, and Maharis ran into him. Like, you can surely protect space a little bit, but...
So Nick Maharis.
At least they've been consistent.
Consistent, that's true. Whether it's right or not.
Consistently something.
Yes. Maharis comes in. Oh, geez, he pops it up. I was going to say, don't put your house on a kick from Nick, especially from a set shot. It's out of bounds on the full. So, McInnes calls for the ball. He goes in that direction. Primke's there as well. Rout has to make up a bit of ground. Primke, good mark. Very underrated, this player.
He was just limping around before, so he seemed to have shaken that pretty well, so he seems pretty tough as well.
Kicks across the ground, looking towards the middle. Peacock comes in. Push, said the umpire. Vetter will take the free kick at centre half back, just inside the centre square for East Geelong.
Just keep that free kick count ticking along.
Yeah, be well inside 50 the way we're going for a half. He chips the ball to Coy at half back. Jackson McLeod makes up a bit of ground to stand the mark. Just chipping the ball around the Eagles at the moment. Vetter goes back after got the last kick. So he goes long Coy towards the lead of Cameron. In the middle, he can't take the mark. Mitchell at the front, wrapped up by Cameron, drops the footy. Umpire says play on, falls to the front of the pack, goes to Curtis, has to get out of traffic, handball, set a bit of a task for Gardner, got it free, had it lost at Costello, rode the bump, it lost the footy, still in the middle of the ground, comes to Oliver, he tried to ride the bump, that's nearly holding the ball, he coughed it up though in the end, comes out to Michael O'Leary, he's under pressure as well, oh, it's pretty hot in there, then he gets the handball free, spills free though for Thomson. They've got the numbers if they get around. Highland, handball over the top to Curtis, has to run into trouble. Handball back over to Costello. He handballs it back to Scott. High kick towards Scrobelak coming out, should take the mark. He's called out by his teammate there in Coy, and he takes the mark. That's the short and the tall of it.
It is, isn't it? I was just thinking the same thing.
So Coy called to play on by Scrobelak. He chips the ball, over a couple of hands. Jones, he picks it up on the half volley. His handball was terrible to Scott. Highlights there also. And the ball spills free in the end. It's out.
Ball back into play. This time Scroblack, nice tap down, goes to Jennings. So Jennings for East Geelong goes back towards centre wing. O'Neill behind, just hand there, nice positioning and takes the mark. Plays on quickly, goes back into centre half forward. Kick's not good. And the mark's been taken there by Watson, I think it is.
Yep. So
Watson now, James Furs play back to the clubroom side of the ground, and obviously the dead side. Chamberlain's there, tackled by Lennon, gets the handball to Oliver, needs to pick it up, does so, goes back to Chamberlain, comes wider to Jennings. And Jennings now on the left foot. His kick goes wide and out of bounds on the full. So the game has deteriorated a little bit this second quarter.
It's very much a mindset thing, isn't it, when the side's going trouble?
So Jones, resulting free kick, goes back in towards centre half forward. Wallace leads up. Scrobelack with a big fist, knocks the ball down. Chamberlain runs at it, runs past it. Scott doesn't pick it up either. Now it's picked up there by Oliver.
Yeah.
Sorry, Liston it was who had that one. He's got a high knock and Liston takes the free kick. So Liston now has the ball, true centre wing, no one on the mark, so he's allowed to play on, gets valuable ground, kicks the ball towards half forward, and then these valuable ground's going to be turned right back again, out of bounds on the full.
And I suppose that's why the players are unsure when they're going down that end of the ground.
Trailing at the present time by 16 points. The ball kicked in by Vaughan, goes back to centre half forward again. This time the ball goes to O'Leary, comes out because he doesn't mark it. Went out wide. Maharis must have called for it because that's where he went to. Has time to steady, goes over the top to Jones. Has time now to go long to the goal square. Goes towards Anderton. Coming back the other way was Curtis. Can't take that mark. O'Leary threw the ball, and umpire has seen it.
Good call.
This time the big Ando has a chance to load up 4 goals. So let's hope this big fella can put one through and just tighten things up a little bit more. Kick the goal, Jace.
Yeah, he's a pretty good. He's got great skills for a big man. He really
does,
has.
doesn't he? Yeah.
Good kicking skills too.
So from 40 metres
now
out.
I've said that, he's going to miss.
Yeah.
Miss terrible.
He'll kick it for you, Jace. Straight to the middle.
So Brent Anderton comes in, 45. Nice looking kick off the boot. Umpire comes across and comes across too far.
I tried.
Never have said anything. I should have. Long. He goes in that direction now. Scrobelak's there as well. Paisley as well. Peacock. From behind.
He's a great player, this guy.
Fourth in line takes the mark. At defensive 50. Cameron gives him a lead. He just chips it to Scrobelak. I think you'll get a game next week. You don't have to keep it to the coach. It's okay. Scrobelak now chips the footy over. Very nice. To Liston. Still at half-back flank for the Eagles. Finding it hard to get it past half forward at the moment. Now he plays on. Left foot kick into the man on the mark, Todd McLeod. Off hands and out of bounds. So Strike gets it down to the front. Liston. Handball towards Hayter. Look for a handball. Over the top. Sets Chamberlain a task. Off hands to Wallace. Comes at it. Is Coy. And they see it over the line again. Boundary throw in. The ruck contest. McInnes push out, said the umpire. Peacock will take it. Pretty soft. Dale shakes his head in amazement. And that's Rod Peacock's free kick on centre wing. So Peacock now chips it over the top towards McLeod. He goes up, gets a hand to it. Jennings stands his ground. McLeod comes at him. Cashel comes at him as well. Handball sets Oliver a task. Through the middle, Coy. McLeod as well. Pushed off the footy. Over the top, Oliver. Too high, said the umpire.
Ooh.
So Dean Oliver at half back will take the free kick for the Eagles. He chips the ball over the top. Oh, not close enough. Cashel got it and gets around one, does he? No, he dropped the football completely and hatched that. So it'll come back. And
it's got to be one or the other. It's got to be 50 or play on. Oh no, the wrong player had the ball.
Yeah, Jennings
lucky.
Has got the footy.
Very lucky.
Just inside the centre square. He'll be at half back once he kicks the footy. He's being told by the coach to kick it along the line and to centre half forward. He goes in that direction. Adam Vaughan from behind McInnes, punched away well. Coy now gets a clearing kick towards a vacant centre half forward. O'Leary comes out. Menzies in front. Umpire says play on, both holding each other there. O'Neill also through the middle. Oh, dropped it, Denneman. Yeah, or a throw, said the umpire. I thought he dropped it. Free kick going to Cameron for East Geelong. And he'll shoot for goal from 50 out. Too far out to score. He tries to chip the footy. Kicks it in exactly to the man who was standing the mark. Denneman. He gets it away by a hand. Costello, bit flary in the back.
Whoa.
Spin, turn, goes to the outer side, centre wing.
Well
Highland
done.
does well with the kick. Highland takes the mark. Told to play on now. Runs through the middle. Needs something to kick to. Hasn't got anything. Goes on the left. Don't see that too often. 2 on Glenn Wallace. He comes out. Wallace takes the mark. On the chest at half forward. Running for him also is Trenery, who can take the mark inside 50. Does so. And still 45 metres out from goal.
He should go back. He's in the perfect spot to have a shot from with the way the wind's going.
Brent Trenery will shoot for goal, the 4th for Thomson this afternoon. Still trailing by 15 points. This to make it the margin 9. Liston standing the mark. Trenery now in the left forward pocket. Easton in the ground, comes in now, right foot kick, and once again I think they've sprayed it, have they? Yes, they have. Thomson, Trenery, another behind.
Tick by in the second quarter, Commonwealth Hotel scoreboard. Lead to East Geelong, and it's 14 points. O'Leary gets the ball from the kick in, goes wide. Running player is Watson. Has to wait for the bounce, able to pick it up now and go further afield. It's a nice looking kick, but in front, mark has been taken there. I think it's Costello's out in front, and Greg Costello has the mark. Looks like he's come out on Cameron now. So now Costello loads up, goes back towards centre half forward. In front, mark's not taken by Oliver, taps it down, picked up there by Hildebrand. Ball comes out. No, it wasn't. It was Liston who had the ball. Now O'Hara with pace, skill, runs through, went to feed the handball, had to go back and collect it himself. Cashel had his head over the ball, picked up by Jennings, who's running away from goal, but now steadies, goes towards the half forward line. Closter's out there, Denneman over the top, knocks the ball away. Picked up there by Closter with the pace, goes on his right foot, goes back inside, and a good lead up and a mark again from Cameron. Quick hands to O'Hara, who's off and running, wants to stop and get around, but now he's put himself under pressure, needs support, hasn't got it, but he kicks wide, goes towards Chamberlain. He's got it the ball, handballs inside towards Coy. Siren sounds to end the second quarter. Umpires finally hear it. And at half time, we'll see East Geelong still at 6 goals, 440, lead the Thomson side 38-26. Goal kickers as they were for East Geelong at half time. Scrobelack with 3, 1 apiece to Sean O'Leary, Ryan
pretty
Closter.
heavily, so hopefully he's all right.
So Nick Mahara's coming off for a change. Ball up, half forward flank East Geelong into attack. Anderton and Cameron doing the ruck work. Anderton gets it down close to the boundary line. It will spill free over the line, and we'll have a boundary. Cameron in front, falls towards him. He gets it. Anderton got a hand to it as well. Through the middle, Cormac, fresh air shot. Jennings through the middle as well, over the top, dropped the footy. Then little toe poke, but only as far as Sean O'Neill. He chips the ball over the top. The leader, Vaughan, who looks like to be moved up the ground a bit. He's on centre wing with the footy. Gardner gives him a lead. He goes in that direction, but he's surrounded by some taller timber. Vetter was one of them. Katajar couldn't keep it in. It's going to be off.
Up there.
Wallace doing the ruck work at the back. Ball spills free towards Jennings. Comes back to Trenery, gives it back to Anderton off a standing start on centre wing. Left foot kick close to the boundary line. Don't think it'll stay in, it won't. It's out
to our face.
Liston now plays on, goes long over the head of a couple of players. Coy run onto it. He taps it on intelligently, but Thomson with the numbers. Menzies runs and gives it to Wallace. Handballs it back to Vaughan at defensive 50. Chips it around over the top. Sets a task for Jones. Has to sit and wait. O'Hara comes at it. Jones couldn't take the mark. O'Hara picked it up, did well. Ran inside 50. Left foot kick around towards the goal square. Scrobelack comes out in the prime position, and he's too big for Greg Costello when that happens. And the coach will line up for goal number 4.
Being a handful at the moment, isn't he, Scrob?
They haven't got many options
They really don't.
To put on him.
I suppose the only other option you could really have is Anderson, but you obviously can't take him out of the ruck.
So Scrobelack comes in, 10 metres out, and through for his 4th of the afternoon.
Now he goes back, but Gardner beats him to the ball. Handball goes over the top to Riley. Has time to steady now. Kicks short. McLeod again. Good hands leading out in front. And as I said, Highlight, not much chance there to even get near the contest. So he's done pretty well to even make body contact. So Jackson McLeod, probably not a great spot to kick a goal from in that pocket, I wouldn't think. He's actually back inside the cricket nets at the moment, I think, by the way he's looking. And from no further out than 25 metres would take a really, really good kick from that area.
He'll dob it.
Ball in the air. Umpire runs across. He runs too far across and through for a minor score.
Highlight Kicks it into Chamberlain. Great kick. Oh, Chamberlain nearly lost it in the sun. He just took it, just saw it at the last minute and was able to take the mark at centre half back. And Cameron gives him a long lead. He goes in that direction. Over his head, off hands to O'Leary. Had it and lost it. O'Neill tried to tap it on. Fresh air shot from Cameron. Going the other way, Scott. Got it towards centre half forward. Foot race. Coming out with it, East Geelong with the numbers. Mitchell gets back, can't take the mark. Vaughan with him in support. Needs to get around Jennings. He got the handball away to Vaughan. Handball's back 25 metres to Anderton. Let's see if he can do a better job this occasion. Oh, just. He's just kept it in. A kick for touch. Thomson into attack. Punched away by McInnes through the middle. Vaughan, he picked it up and then he dropped it. Pack develops around there at half forward. The umpire will come in and ball it up. 7-4-46 East Geelong. 3-9-27 Thomson. Early stages of the third term. Anderton's come down to the ruck work up against McInnes. Anderton gets a left fist to it, comes back to him. His handball out back towards Mitchell, sets him up, and the ball spills free to Chamberlain. Slips over as he gets his kick away. Might be okay if Cameron can meet it. He can't. Falls over the back to Hildebrand. It sits for him beautifully. Runs to 55. Little left foot kick was terrible. Closter comes out, picks it up on his bootstraps, does well. Then he loses the footy. Denneman comes the other way, got his head ripped off. Should get a free kick.
That one was there.
It was. And Nathan Denneman now. Oh, we thought about Scott, but that would have been a bit dangerous with Jennings bearing down on him. He's got Vaughan as well, so he elects to go to Vaughan. Oh, still dangerous, but Vaughan's good enough to take it at defensive 50. Curtis gives him a lead, but it was never going to hit there. And McInnes took the mark and ran on. 65 out. Terrible kick off the boot again towards Scrobelac. Doesn't sit for the defence of Thomson either. Close to the boundary line. Costello kept it in. No, said the goal umpire, and it's out of bounds for a throw-in.
Work up forward up against Anderton. Scrobelac taps the ball forward and back over the boundary line. So the umpire will... So umpire now restarts play. The ball comes back in. Scrobelac taps the ball back to the hot spot, but Riley's there for Thomson. Again, he's got no any other intention but to hit the boundary line. It'd be ball back in the field of play. This time, Anderton knocks the ball down. Cormac can't let it clean disposal. Riley goes back and collects it, goes to Anderton. Anderton goes to his old mate Highland. Arriving as O'Leary, dives on the ball, needs to get it out. He does so. Players jump on it. Umpire's going to come in now and take possession of the ball. So as we say that, Jones is coming from the ground and Mahera's coming back on. So he's obviously up and about again. Not running 100%, but he's back there. McInnes misses the ball, comes down towards Jennings. Jennings now tries to kick round the corner and again heads to the boundary line.
Is that deliberate?
The same sort of play back into play. Anderton up against McInnes. McInnes knocks the ball down, goes to Riley, feeds to Highland. Highland misses the ball, comes out the back, ends up with Oliver, and now it's back to Cormac. He drops it, goes to Highland. Handball out is good.
Pretty hot, isn't it?
Big Ando, he tried to scoop it up, but it's picked up now by Oliver. He's tackled by McLeod. Ball over the boundary line. Now, tap back into play, goes towards Highland, can't pick it up. Now, Chamberlain trying to kick the ball off, going back as O'Neill, picks the ball up, steps over the line. I reckon he made contact there. Chamberlain with the free kick. Right in front of the box here. Kicks the ball long in towards centre half forward. Closter comes out, gets through the contest. Menzies picks the ball up, goes back looking towards Riley. He puts his head over the ball, picks the ball up now, has runners inside. It's Highland. He's tackled there by Cormac. Ball's not coming, or does come out, but he just let it go. Ball's handballed up, and it's now coming out the back door, and it's again Riley who's run with the ball. McInnes, he's mobile for a big bloke. He gets down, picks the ball up, goes to Chamberlain. So Chamberlain now loads up and goes back inside 50. Kick's got too much on it for Closter. Will run over the boundary line, and again to be thrown back into play.
Scrobelac, Anderton. Scrobelac puts it in front. Coming onto it, Hildebrand can't keep it in. We're going to have another ball. Scrobelac again, Anderton. Over the back. Highland wrapped up. Oh, coughed the ball up. Dangerous. Todd McLeod coming the other way there. Riley. Oliver Coy was in there also. And ball spills free again. This time it's out. And it will be a boundary throw-in. Anderton from behind Scrobelac. Tapped in front by Costello. Needs to get around Scrobelac. He couldn't do so. Coy broke free, close to the boundary line. Goes towards goal. And
he's been given a free kick for being cleaned up after the...
That's silly footy, isn't it? You can't do that. And Ryan Coy will take the free kick on the boundary line.
It was in the process of kicking, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, you could debate that, couldn't you? The players just got to be smart, If you know you're not going to stop the bloke from kicking the footy, there's no point cleaning them up.
Similar to where Christian Island had the ball for early in the game.
Yeah.
So Ryan Coy.
See a chance?
He's standing nearly in the new rooms. He's that far away.
Well, they're that good. I'd be getting as close as I
You'll
could
get a
as well.
big cheer, I'll tell you, you'll know, because there's plenty of people behind him. He comes in now, close to the boundary line. It's a good
Jeez,
kick
he's
off the
done
boot.
right.
It's a goal. There you go. That's a great kick from the captain. Ryan Coy has put his first on the board.
I think Peacock's gone into the centre bounce. And somehow he's got the free kick, which is strange.
Too many men in the middle.
So the ball goes towards Gardner now, goes to Riley, back to Gardner. He runs forward of the centre square, handballs out wide to McLeod. Has to stop and prop, kicks round the corner, and again, McLeod out in front and a great pair of hands.
He's that good, isn't he?
Jackson McLeod's taken another mark, so he's in a familiar territory here from where he had his last shot from goal. He'll need to know what adjustments he has to make. Vaughan leading strongly through the middle of the ground.
It's about a 100-metre lead from the wing.
But again, I think this is maybe this will be where you need Joe Radojevic, mate. He knows which way the ball will be swinging. So McLeod comes in, lines up. That looks like a good kick. I think he's made the right adjustment, has he?
Yeah, he has.
He has. He likes it. It's a goal. So young Jackson McLeod
falls to the side of the pack. Todd McLeod, right foot kick long towards centre half forward again. And spills towards Mitchell, picks it up, and then drops the footy under pressure at half forward. The umpire will come in and say, it's mine. So Thomson into attack again.
It's interesting to see that Thomson's actually fired up the most since the sending off, which is
it
often happens, doesn't it?
You see that happen with 17 on the ground. Peacock up against McInnes. McInnes gets it down. Falls to the side of the pack. Mitchell again. Umpire says it's held to him by Oliver. And we'll have a ball up at half forward for Thomson. McInnes gives it away to the side to Chamberlain. He gives it wider to Vetter. Goes long towards the boundary line, and it's out of bounds on the full. So Adam Vaughan or Sean O'Neill will take the free kick. Have they got 17 on the ground, Dale?
Who?
I saw you counting. Did we counting the numbers?
Oh, no. I was just saying the kick seemed to travel a long way. Kept going out of bounds to the full.
They've turned it over now. O'Leary. Oh, good mark, Closter. Wallace was going back with a flight of the footy. Closter took the mark. He's 55 out. He goes long. Scrobelac one out against Costello. Doesn't sit for both of them. Coy there close also. Boundary throw.
Deep in attack for East Geelong. Wallace over the tap. He's decided to go back and fill out the rest of this quarter. I think in defence. Picked up there by Coy. Handballs out. Goes to Oliver. Misses the first time. Goes back. Tries to collect the second. This time Scott jumps on the ball. And the umpire says it's coming back to me. Quick call there. And again, similar spot to where the ball went over the boundary line. Umpire to throw the ball back in. Oh, sorry, a ball up, I should say. So Scrobelack's still doing the ruck work. Peacock's obviously come on the ground to take over from Anderton. Ball in the air. Peacock gets the ball down. Back of the pack, Oliver went for the banana. Goes back towards the goal square. It lands there. Wallace just two fists. Goes up and down. Picked up there by Costello. Spins out of trouble.
He does that
nice
well.
bit of work. Goes out looking for Maheras, and Maheras doesn't let him down. Now he can run and carry the ball. He's up. Takes the first bounce. Has pressure now. Comes inside. Goes to Riley. Riley needs support. Goes to Mitchell. I don't know whether he saw Goodajah standing behind him, but he's put his head over the ball this time. Mitchell feeds the ball out. Goes towards Vetter. But there's a free kick being given, I think, for hanging on a bit too long after the ball come out.
High tackle, I think.
And it goes to, actually, it's Timmy Gardner had the ball. I thought it was Mitchell there. Sun was shining in my eyes and on their heads. So Gardner in no hurry to get this play moving. Denneman leads up from behind. The handball goes to him. It goes back to Gardner, back to Denneman. So they're racking up stats there. Kicks long now, goes around the half-forward line. Kick has too much weight on it, and the free kick's also been given this time in the way of Todd McLeod. And the ball now with McLeod. So he goes in further, goes looking towards Curtis. Curtis just shields the space, but it's picked up there. Good work there from Highland. Comes through, dropped the ball. Umpire's allowed play to go on. Now it's sitting underneath him. Umpire says he got a handball out by his indications. Don't know who's handballing too, but it didn't go too far. But we'll give him a just dessert there because he did attack the ball very well. So deep in now in the attacking zone for Thomson. Ball thrown in the air. Ruckman go at it. Ball comes down. It's Highland who picks the ball up, kicks round the corner. I'll tell you what. Christian Highland has kicked a great goal. So for the Thomson side.
No, that's not what he wants.
Another free kick.
Free kick. So Thomson free kick.
This time it's again.
East Geelong free kick, raffle it. East Geelong's won the raffle.
Goodajah's thrown Timmy Gardner into the square then.
Yep. So McInnes from the middle goes long. Scrobelac comes out, getting back. Wallace can't take the mark. And he's over the top of it now. He's wrapped up. The umpire will come in and ball it up 40 metres out from goal.
good to see Glenn Wallace has tried to get himself into the game. Obviously, had a pretty quiet first half. He got into it in bits and pieces in that second quarter. Now he's just gone, all right, down in the back half, and he's going to try and make an influence on this game.
He's not scared to step back into the Scroblack space, I know that.
Yeah.
So ball up. Scroblack, backhander. Did well. There's Coy running on. Oh, kicked it from mid-air, if you don't mind. Kicks it from mid-air, and Ryan Coy has put his second on the board. Fantastic 1-2 from Batman and Robin. Scroblack, the backhander from the ruck contest.
No-look backhand,
if you don't mind.
The ground, Peacock this time up against McGuinness. McGuinness with a better jump, gets over the top, goes towards Oliver. He picks the ball up now, ducks, puts his head down, he's tackled. Probably a little bit lucky there, but he's got himself into a position where the umpire says he didn't have much opportunity. So he comes in, takes possession of the ball. So Kudajir up against Timmy Gardner. That could be exciting towards the end of the game. Tapped down there by McGuinness. Goes in the way of Liston, who kicks the ball out towards the half-forward line. O'Hara leading in the race for the ball. Does well, knocks his opponent off the ball, goes towards Hildebrand. Not the quickest bloke going around, but gets a lot of the ball. Goes back to Baker. Baker back to O'Hara. Now he loads up, goes into centre half-forward. Wallace in space and takes the mark. Plays on quickly, goes towards Highland. Has to be careful because O'Leary's just come off the bench. Strong tackle there by Jennings. Ball comes out and a free kick goes to East Geelong. Was going to be advantage,
but he threw it. But then he threw it.
It's a one that he's lucky in because Primke ran straight into the umpire that pinged Highland for tripping before.
I think you might have just mentioned it too.
So now Jennings kicks the ball in long. You know where he's going to. He's going straight towards Scroblack. Wallace in best position to mark it, but Scroblack goes back and collects it. Oh, kicks in. Oh, I thought he rolled that through then. And from about 20 metres out.
Vaughan from fullback kicks in. Looks for Wallace, and also Riley tried to tap it on. Goes to the back of the pack, McInnes. Jones bears down on him. He gets it back to Jennings. Oh, sets him a task. Liston's there as well. Get it back to McInnes. Right in front of the commentary box at half forward. Goes the right foot kick long towards Scroblack. Vaughan against him as well from the side. Closter, great mark. And he'll shoot for goal.
That's the thing Thomson's going to be wary of. Closter's probably been their biggest threat up forward all year, and he's had a pretty quiet day today. He could be set to explode in this last quarter and a half.
So Ryan Closter, who's kicked 1 goal this afternoon. Chance for East 10th, and a bit of a buffer before three-quarter time. He comes in 35 metres out. Slide angle, goal. Great kick, Ryan Closter. Oh, geez, it's veered away at the end, and he's called it a behind. Jeez, it looked good. 39, Buckley's Entertainment Centre third quarter scoreboard.
Martin Curtis kicks straight up the ground, finds Scott. So now Scott with the duties of trying to get them outside 50. Closter standing to mark. Has Highland wide if he wants to go that way. That's where he wanted to go, but he's going to have called the play on by the umpires. Put himself under pressure. Closter over-committed. Scott's kick, not good. Goes towards that 50-metre line. Picked up there by Oliver. Charges forward. Kicks back towards the goal square. Closter goes back and takes a mark. This time from the goal square, he won't miss.
They've got some great power forwards, don't they?
There's a few of them there lining up. As I said, he's done well. So Ryan Closter should not miss this goal from right. Oh, so he only be 2 metres out, directly in front. Chance to go back and kick the 10th goal for East Geelong. Little movement along to 10-6. Can he convert? Straight back over that by his head. Yes, he does. The goal is on the board. So
yeah. McInnes goes up early, gets it down, only as far as Highland roving off him. Handballs to Martin Curtis. Oh, dropped it. Dropped the footy. Too slow there. Tackle came from Oliver. Has to come back to him now. So Oliver in the centre square. Goes to the right foot kick, Longs. Closter on a long lead, up against a couple. At the back of the pack, Primke handballed it onto Highland, Hildebrand, kicked around the corner, Scroblack, or punched away just at the right time by Costello. Scott gets back there, helps out, sets O'Neill a bit of a task. Oh, he dropped the footy, Scroblack taps it on, straight into Primke's arms, and it falls and spills free the kick. Just through for one behind to East Geelong.
So Adam Vaughan now just directing play, telling me he'll come to the club room side. He's going to go straight down the middle of the ground now. The kick's not real flash. Goes towards Liston. Can't take the mark. Jones is there. Pressure comes from Primke. Ball comes out wider. Hildebrand at ground level picks the ball up. Handballs back to Primke. Puts his head over it. Comes out the back. Needs to release it. The umpire's going to ping him for it. And a free kick goes to the Thomson side. There was going to be advantage, but now there's no advantage, so he calls him back. And free kick goes to Martin Curtis. So Curtis with the ball. No, it's not going to Christian Highland, the umpire says. So Highland just chewing up a little bit of valuable time till the umpire blows the whistle. So 27 minutes gone, I think. Third quarter. Kick from Highland just goes in towards the half-forward line. Gardner picks the ball up, tackled by Kudajar, feeds the ball out. Holter tries to pick the ball, Hayter tries to pick the ball up, and it's free kick being given now.
Giving away a free kick.
Now
he's giving away 50. Oh, goodness.
So 50-metre penalty against Rob Kudajar.
It's number 9 by my count.
They slowed down the second half, though.
They had 8 at half time, so there's only been one so far.
Gee, it's a decent 50.
Jeez. Mind buying land off him. Put a block of flats on.
So let's give Timmy in range. He's not on the run, though, is he?
No.
So, no, chip short. Goes to the pocket. Goes looking for McLeod. Good space. He's marked just in the field of play. Wouldn't want to be any wider because the umpire was standing right beside him when he marked the ball.
He's nearly in the car park.
We said last time it was a difficult shot from the other pocket. I reckon this one will be just as hard, but he's on his right side. So let's see what Jackson McLeod can do. And they probably need to get this goal late in the quarter. Runs out, gives himself some room, kicks it goal. That's coming back, I'll tell you what, he's done a great job of it. It must have been touched right on the line. And through for a minor score. 5 goals, 10 to Thomson. 10 goals, 7 East Geelong.
It had that sort of curving trajectory where it was sort of going away from the goals as it was going through.
And 30 minutes to tick by in this third quarter.
Hylett kicks in short and gets it to the back pocket. Paisley takes the mark. In fact, it's Watson it is. Watson's got it. Goes towards centre half back. Wallace goes up. Off the back of the pack, Mitchell under pressure. A little right foot kicks okay. Finds Todd McLeod. Plays on. Closes 40 metres in. Terrible kick off the boot. And just sits it up in the end. It's just going to run out of bounds. It's not out of bounds on the full. Right forward pocket. Thomson into attack. And McInnes, though, gets it down from the contest. East Geelong with the numbers. Oh, was that a free kick for too high? Play on, said the umpire. Ball in dispute, only 40 metres out from the Thomson goal. The umpire's still there, he'll have to come in and ball it up. This time?
Only 27 points down though, so it's not definitely not an unassailable lead by any stretch of the imagination.
So ball up. Big pack around the ball. Peacock goes up, but McInnes got it down easily, and they clear it East Geelong. Hildebrand leads the race of the footy towards centre wing. Vetter across there as well for East Geelong. Got the numbers if they can break free. Left foot kick around the corner. Coming at it, Menzies. Also getting across there is Cameron for East Geelong. Menzies, handball towards O'Neill. Back towards centre half forward. Over the back, Jones. Got a hand to it, couldn't take it. Deadly. Turnover here. Could be pressure. Hayter can't pick it up. Riley pressures him out of it. Jones, he picks it up. He's got Curtis further afield. He left foot kicks it to him. And can he take the mark at half forward? Yes, he can. He's got Riley short. Terrible kick. Oh, no. And they've turned it over. Hayter's got it now. He handballs it back. Short little kick around the corner. Liston. Highland in front. Tapped away from him. Oliver. Curtis. Oh, that's a push at the back. He's been terrible today, Curtis, can I say.
Hasn't he? Yeah.
He has not had a kick all day. Giving away free kicks. Not good. And they break free through Chamberlain. East Geelong goes towards Primke. Kept his eye on the ball and took the mark. In front of the commentary position. At half forward goes the right foot kick. Long, Closter behind, Vaughan in front. Wallace gets back, can't take it. Paisley over there as well, tapped it on. Coming at it, Menzies. He lost it and left it behind. Spills free, comes to Scott. Oh, under pressure, just kicks it around the corner. Dump kicks it. Primke gets it. Gardner bears down. He gets the kick back to whence it came. Wallace goes up, can take the mark and relieve the pressure for Thompson. He plays on quickly and then he kicks it into the car park.
And he gets the old Bronx cheer.
It's out of bounds on the full from 55 out. Geez. Terrible kick off the boot. Coming out at pace was Closter, left it behind Vaughan, got a clearing kick past Primke, can't keep it in.
Order the ball from behind. Gardner taps it forward, goes towards Mitchell, picked up there by Highland. He doesn't quite take clean possession. Ball goes over the boundary line.
That'll help them on their way.
So the ball, Peacock does well, knocks the ball forward. It's a good tap over there from Highland. Free kick and advantage has been played. McLeod kicks the ball out in front of Curtis. He needs to be good because it's a 2-on-1 situation. Comes in, Gardner taps the ball down, goes to Todd McLeod. He kicks in, kicks it straight into Chamberlain. Now the ball goes back towards the centre of the ground. Picked up there by O'Neill. Has 1-2. The ball goes out the back to Scott. And now it comes back to O'Neill. Doesn't take possession of it. Mitchell goes in and collects it. Handballs forward. This time the ball goes to McLeod.
Here we go.
Goes to Jones. McLeod's on the lead. Goes in that direction. The kick's just got it's good weight on it. And that's a lovely kick.
Too late then.
Actually, I thought he'd smothered it then. It was a great attempt, but he had just enough carry on the ball. And it's gone through to Jackson McLeod. So a late chance for the Thomson side. 20 metres out, 45-degree angle. He worked it well with the breeze last time. runs, gives himself that little bit of room. This time he didn't kick through the ball, and it goes through for...
Hylett kicks in towards Vedder, takes the mark, plays on, kicks it towards centre wing to nobody in particular. Maharis takes the mark uncontested for Thomson. So the turnover.
You'd want to get it moving.
Create something now. Pretty close to siren time. Riley gives him a lead in the pocket. He goes shorter than that. Highland takes the mark. Still at half forward, about 65 metres out from goal. Highland thought about short to Jones. He'll have to go a bit further afield now. The umpire says play on, so he's going to go as far as he can. Pops it up in the breeze. Gives it a good hoof too. Goes towards Peacock. Can't take the mark. Off hands at the back of the pack. Spills. They break free. Jackson McLeod puts the tackle on. Then it spills free. Handballs it back towards Cochelle off a step, but doesn't reach the goals, and East Geelong can break free and go towards Sean O'Leary. Falls into his arms, takes the mark. Got Jennings running past. He elects to hold it up though at half back. Chips the ball towards Cameron, but Menzies chopped it off for Thomson. Now Wallace has to set a task for the coach. He gets it back to Menzies. Handball it towards Scott. He can handball it to Wallace. They're drawing players. He handballs it outboard to Curtis. Now, what can he do? He can run through half 40, handballs and draws a play and gives it to Gardner. Gardner, a little chip kick towards McLeod, does well.
Gee, it's been a long quarter.
It has. McLeod plays on now. Right foot kick. Oh, back towards the teeth of goal. Numbers there coming at it, Christian Highland, but they're going the other way, East Geelong. Can they break free? They can. They get the kick free and just in time because there is three-quarter time siren. And at three-quarter time, it's East Geelong 10-7-67. They lead. Thomson 5-11-41. 2 goals, 3 Thomson in that quarter. 4 goals, 3. Start of the final term here at Richmond Crescent. Peacock and McInnes in the ruck. McInnes gets it down beautifully to Chamberlain, and he runs free, but then gets tackled. Oh, the umpire said over the shoulder, so a free kick to Chamberlain in the middle. The second tackle was a bit too high. So East Geelong will get the first effective kick in the final term. And he goes long, and the long lead comes from Cameron, and in the middle, nearly took it.
Umpire's down bad.
Umpire's down. Get up. And now Christian Highland's saying, well, you got knocked over by East Geelong, and I got a free kick. Yep, so he should have a free kick. Thank you very much, says Christian Highland.
Same bloke too.
Yeah, same bloke. He's in the wars today. So Thomson have the free kick at half-back, and it's Trenery with the free for Thomson. Goes long, stop laughing to centre wing, and a pack develops off the back of the pack. Routes there, handball, and Costello right foot kick straight to Scrobelac. It's not going to win them the game. And he goes up. Oh, he could have marked, but he went for the punch instead, and goes to the back now. Highland close to the boundary line. The umpire says he's done enough to...
Ball thrown back into play. Peacock over the top. Ball comes from the contest. Picked up there and cleared by Liston, who kicks round the corner. It's going to... perfectly placed there. It's landed just in the field of play. And that's a good kick. So the ball back into play. Ball comes to the front of the contest. Trenery can't pick it up. Goes back and collects it the second time. Handball goes to Cormac. Cormac kicks round the corner. This time I think this will go out of bounds in the full. That sun's low, but it's in the right direction here. Touchdown.
It's ridiculous.
And will be thrown back into the field of play.
If I'm with the elements.
So Peacock knocks the ball to the front of the contest, picked up by O'Neill. He kicks round the corner.
Out of bounds on the full
I reckon this is going to go very, very close, and it has.
There we go.
Where's the team? We should play a game of football in half a ground, I reckon, and make it easy. And then we're talking about straight up the middle. So now, free kick goes to Paisley. Chips back into Scrobelac, the loose man in defence. Handball goes over the top to Cuttajar. Cuttajar goes back to Scrobelac, has players behind. Now chips towards centre wing. Liston out by himself, takes the mark, steadies himself up.
Anderton's on.
So the big fella's back on. So now we're back on 18 on 18. So now Liston loads up, kicks the ball in towards the half-forward line. At least he keeps it away from the boundary line. From behind, the ball comes down, picked up there by Scott. Handball underneath, goes to Vaughan. Vaughan gave it to Chamberlain, then tackled him. Which way's he going to play it, though, umpire?
Surprise, surprise, Anderton's gone forward. So I don't know whether he's gone to man up on Scrobelac, which I don't know if he hasn't, but he's going to stretch the East Geelong back line. Now they're playing one-on-one.
So now Choco loads up and goes towards full forward. Up in front, the ball gets to the back of the contest. Player runs onto it as Hildebrand. Hildebrand strolls in and has kicked a goal. Marcus Hildebrand kicks his first goal of...
McInnes gets it down. Roved again, will put hand in there was Highland, but East Geelong with the numbers. Liston got a little toe poke towards Chamberlain. Rode the bump but lost the footy. Trenery did well. Now he goes to the right foot towards Wallace. He'll try and wheel around on the left, but Paisley does well and handballs it to Primke, back to Paisley. He handballs back to Scrobelac. Cross half back. Handball was good to Vetter. Oh, had it and lost it though. Anderton, he threw it. Goes towards Mitchell. He can handball it back, but he's wrapped up, not going anywhere. The umpire will come in and ball it up at centre half forward for Thomson. So back to 18 on 18. Scrobelack to do the ruck work for East. Up against Peacock. Scrobelack does well to Chamberlain. Gets it clear. Chamberlain with a right foot kick to centre half forward. Cameron in front, tapped away. O'Neill wrapped up, not going anywhere. The umpire will come in and ball it up this time at centre half forward for East Geelong.
They haven't done anything wrong today, have they, East?
That's why they lead by 32 points. They're going nicely. They are going very nicely. McInnes gets it down. Hildebrand roved again. Might put the second nail in the coffin. He comes in 30 metres out and has kicked a goal. Oh, just missed. So 1, Smith's Holden final quarter scoreboard.
So the ball comes in, a short kick out, and about to fall asleep then.
I was just waiting for you to go there.
Would you like a blankie? You okay?
Yeah, that's right. You should have just tapped me on the shoulder. I was miles away. Then. Ball was smothered there off the kick from Highland. Going back inside 50, and it wasn't marked by O'Hara. Goes back and recovers. Feeds the ball out. He's brought down after they've got rid of the ball. It's now picked up, and Kobe Watson tries to get out of the contest. It goes back to Kudajar. Kudajar goes on the left foot. Kicks back inside 50, and it's only gone as far as O'Neill. He comes out. Long handball. I don't know who he's going to, but the player there picks the ball up, and it's ended up in the hands of Trenery, who handballs to Mitchell, and now it goes back to Lennon, who kicks outside 50 and goes to centre wing. Mark's not taken there by Liston. Tries to kick the ball off the ground. Over the top of the contest is Wallace. Wallace in hands and knees. Tries to get the ball out. Players now converge. Umpire will come in and take possession. So ball in on centre wing. The Geelong side of the oval here. Ball thrown high. Peacock still doing the ruck work. Ball comes out. Again, it's taken there by Liston, I think it is. It's plucked out of his hands. Highland emerges with the ball, goes over the top to Maheris. Maheris goes long on the left foot towards the half-forward line. Rout, who hasn't had a big part of the day. Again, Maheris, third man up, taps the ball forward. Sitting back in the hole is Liston, goes past him. McLeod comes out and attacks the ball. Tries to pick it up, misses the first time. Paisley over the ball. He's pulled off the contest. And a free kick will go to Paisley, but now advantage has been paid as Liston emerges from the contest. Turns around and goes inside looking for Hayter. Bit too much carry on the ball. Gets over the top. O'Neill should load up and go to the goal square. Goes to the attacking side of the ground. Curtis by himself. Fends off. Oh, is he taking the mark? Yeah, I thought it touched there by a East Geelong player, but he's ended up with it. So Martin Curtis with a chance.
Very lucky he took that mark.
Need to score this goal.
I think Jackson McLeod wouldn't have been too happy if he dropped that one because he was right into his space that he was leading into.
So Curtis doesn't waste any time, goes back, and he puts through his first goal for the afternoon.
Yeah, that's when they do their damage, Thomson.
McInnes got a hand to it. Cormac, short little kick. Maharis wheels around off the wing, gets to the back of the contest, goes towards Wallace, can't take the mark. Been in trouble today with some of those chest marks and still can't pick it up. Jones is there. Over the top, Primpke as well. Curtis on hands and knees. Cuttajar just shuffled it out to Liston. Little kick around the corner towards centre wing. Scott leads Coy in the race to the footy. Rout in front, but roved beautifully by Oliver. Can handball it to Hildebrand, who's had an impact in the final term. Runs his full measure, right foot kick long. Coming out, Menzies in front. Doesn't take the mark. McInnes from behind. Spills free, handball over the top. East Geelong still got the numbers. Handball back to a standing start. O'Hara, 50 out, right foot kick, long goal. Beautiful goal. Great kick, Dean O'Hara. His first, 12th for East Geelong. 12.
Playing it. If they all stay sound, they're going to be a fair chance. But the ball comes down. There's a high elbow there, and a free kick's going to go to Big Anderton. So Anderton, who's just moved himself back into the centre, takes the ball. And for the Thomson side, needs to get the ball going quickly and directly down the ground. It goes into place looking for Wallace, but chipping in front is Liston, who just seems to be playing that kick as well, back behind the ball. It comes wide by himself. Scrobelack has the ball now. Steams out of defence. Cloud's bearing down, but can't get there. Scrobelack kicks the ball to the half-forward line. Gardner going back, doesn't get the mark, but takes the ball once it hits the ground. Steadies himself up, goes back into centre half-forward, and again, Big Scrobelack's put himself in that position. Comes out and takes the mark. Wallace standing the mark. The big fella's in no hurry to pick the ball up this time.
Why would you?
Stambles himself back, has players wide and back onto the contest, and that's where he goes. Goes back and finds Hylett by himself. So Hylett just ambles through the half-back line. Now goes wide towards centre wing. Looking for and trying to find Watson, but he's behind. Maheris takes the mark, plays on quickly, goes back inside 50. McLeod has the ball, steadies. Now there's a free kick going to go down the field, is it?
It's a good goal if it's allowed to go, which it doesn't.
It's not going the other way. And I think Maheris may come from the ground. If Wallace, though, says no, leave him on. I don't think that's a good move. But anyway, the ball goes in forward. Anderton picks up a good half volley in the goal square. Goes back by hand. Goes to Menzies. And now wide at Costello. Costello kicks round on the left foot towards the half-back line. Players pick the ball up and it's Oliver. He's tackled high. And the umpire sees it that way. And it's Nick Maheris just going a little bit too hard there at the player. Free kick goes to East Geelong. Oh, that's a dangerous ploy, that one, Christian. Not throwing it back on the full in today's game and in today's match. So it is Oliver from outside 50, now kicks in towards the forward pocket. Going back is Vaughan, can't take the mark. Anderton's there, Coy's also there. Ball goes over the band.
4 boys out there at the moment.
So the ball thrown back into play, back of the contest. Gardner just burst his way through with a bit of strength. Picked up there, and I think it was Scott that handballed it over. Well, no, he's got it now, so it comes out to Mitchell. Mitchell goes back towards centre wing, looking forward, but
that's a free kick.
Oh, yes, it was a push to the back. And against Kudajar, going to Curtis. So he hands the ball back. Curtis has the ball. Quick movement, goes towards centre wing.
That's a
looking
free
for
kick
Maheris.
as well,
This
surely.
time it goes through the contest. No free kick given. Picked up there by Riley. Handballs back. It's 2-on-3 situation. The free's going to win out, and that's Primke. Goes back, and it's I think it's Liston again. Goes now to Jennings, has time to steady, goes on the right foot towards centre wing he goes. The numbers this time favour the Thomson side, and it's O'Neill who picks the ball up. Kicks in short, goes to Riley, can't take the mark. Liston cleans up. The push in the back, over the top. And Riley might be looking for a spell. He seems to be going up and down to one spot then. So Scrobelack just puts wide of the contest. Again, the kick comes out to him. Plays on quickly and goes towards centre wing. Chamberlain out by himself, goes out and takes the mark. Another player that never really gets out of a trot. Goes short looking for Hildebrand. Hildebrand was going to go back to Chamberlain, but goes over the boundary line and will be through.
McInnes. In fact, it might have been Cameron, actually. Gardner. Got it away to Sean O'Neill on centre wing. Just a switch play completely. That's going to be dangerous because it holds up in the breeze and O'Hara takes the mark. No, he doesn't. The umpire says play on. In fact, it's Jennings. Left foot kick around the corner towards centre half forward. Thomson with the numbers, but they can't pick the footy up, and that's a push in the back. No, said the umpire, it's held. And Ryan Coy's getting his head out of the turf. Picked up by Cameron.
Spits out a mouthful of grass.
Yeah. So ball up, centre wing, Maharis over the shoulder, held his ground. Cameron came at it. So Nick Maharis, right foot kick across the ground. Costello put one hand to it, couldn't take the mark. O'Hara, he handballs it to Vetter off a step. One right foot towards centre half forward. Falls to Cameron, off a step as well. Close to goal. He's just missed and through for one behind to East Geelong. They get a 12-9-81 and they lead Thomson 6-11-47. Smith's Holden final quarter scoreboard. So the ball has come to half back for Thomson. They chip it over the top to Gardner on centre wing. Gives it away to Highland by hand. Goes with a right foot kick straight to Scrobelack. Wallace in front though. Should be able to take it this time. Scrobelack lost it in the sun. And Glenn Wallace takes it at 50. Goes now with a left foot kick quickly towards the square. Vacant square. McLeod gets back there. Can he take the mark? No, he can't. He got a hand to it. And it falls off the side. And it will be.
This time it's Scrobelack up against Anderton. Gets to the back of the contest. Ball is picked up. Tackle arrives. Oh, you've got to be joking. Did he have a chance to get rid of that?
Apparently so.
Unbelievable. Anyway, free kick has gone against the East Geelong side.
Tell you, Rob Cuttajar's not on his Christmas card list. He mustn't be.
And Glenn Wallace emerges with the free kick, so Wallace comes in, doesn't waste too much time, and Glenn Wallace kicks a goal. His first goal of the afternoon.
McInnes. They go up. McInnes gets it down. Chamberlain can't take it with him. Coming the other way though was Jones for Thomson. Left foot kick to vacant centre half forward. Wallace to run onto it. Gabb takes the mark. Plays on quickly. He wheeled around, so he'll have to go now. Kick was smothered partly, so it's touched. Falls in the arms of Hylett. Gives it back to Scrobelack. He can switch play. Does so effectively towards Liston if he can take the mark. Oh, he can't, but he's got a bit of time to pick it up. Pick it up. He does.
Bit of time. He's got about 20 metres worth of time.
He's at half back, and then he measures the pass towards O'Hara. Highland, though, got a hand to it. And Scott tried to get it out of the contest. The umpire says it's held to him, and we'll have a ball up centre wing.
O'Hara's been pretty good today too. He's one of those players, he's probably the spark in that midfield. Obviously, we've said that he's been allowed to free up and go into a wing, and he's the one that can set them on fire up on the wing.
A ruck contest. Chamberlain comes from behind. Scott now tried to get the hands free. Jones, pretty hot handball for Gardner, but he attacks it and does well. Breaks free to O'Neill. He handballs further. Well, he's going to handball further afield. He wants to switch play to Nick Maharis across the centre. Which way is it going to bounce? Not in the arms of Nick Maharis. Falls to Jennings. His handball over the top to Cameron. Sets him a task. Blind turns. Loses the footy. O'Hara, he overruns it as well. Coming the other way was Vaughan. Couldn't pick it up for Thomson. At centre half forward for the Eagles. A pack develops. The umpire will come in and ball it up.
Been one of those days for Nick Maharis, I think. Or for Thomson even. Shows 50-50 things like bounces just haven't gone their way. But all credit to East Geelong because they've been fantastic.
East Geelong 12-9-81. Thomson 7-11-53. Ball up centre half forward East Geelong. And getting it down Thomson. Gardner sold the dummy. Went with a right foot kick towards half forward. Set it up. And no mark taken. McLeod couldn't take it. Liston. His handball back to Hayter. Breaks free and handballs to Cuttajar, who ran off half back. Through the middle. Right foot kick towards half forward. Chamberlain. On the bit. Takes the mark. O'Hara gives him a lead. Short, he elects to go further though, and long towards one out. Was that a push? McInnes pushed Menzies in the back.
I think he's been up.
And 50.
Yeah.
For not giving the ball back on the full to Menzies, so 50 against McInnes.
There we go. Hear that one in the crowd there?
Come on up, keep it up. What's that, 11 now?
Yep.
11 50s. So in the middle, Dale Menzies has the footy now. Handballs it away to Vaughan. Off a step goes long towards Wallace again. Good kick, and he can't take the mark. They haven't been sticking today. McLeod, Todd can't take it with him. Hayter over the top of it. Threw it out to Primke. Wallace wanted the throw, didn't get it. Primke around the corner towards half forward. Half back route from behind. In fact, in front he does well. Picks it up. Handballs it to a standing start Highland. Thought about the handball to end, and then he goes off a step. Right foot kick high to the goal square. McLeod can't take the mark.
Well
punched
done.
away by Highland. For a rush behind to Thomson. They go to 7-12-54. They trail East Geelong 12-9-81. Smith's Holden final quarter scoreboard.
Although Jackson's out.
So Highland is now with the ball in the goal square, about to put the ball back into play. Waits for his options. He goes basically straight up the ground. Ball takes it to the half-back flank. Goes through all players' hands. Trenery kicks the ball in towards half-forward line again, but waiting for the ball is Liston. Sorry, no, it's Oliver who kicks the ball out, so it goes towards Chamberlain. He got his feet tied up then, I think, and couldn't get it going. Liston doing the ruck work, reaching over the top. Is handed and knocks the ball back to the centre of the ground. Picked up there by Riley. Goes to Gardner. Garland back to Highland. Highland, don't know who he's looking for, but Scott was arriving first. Riley's there now. Goes back further to O'Neill. So they forced them back a fair bit, but it's now in the hands of Timmy Gardner. That's a good call from Maharis out in the wing. He picks the ball up and just loads up and goes long. It's a well-placed kick. Wallace best placed, and he will take the mark. So Glenn Wallace with a chance to kick a goal from where he did one early in the quarter.
Ryan Coy a bit groggy in the middle.
Go back and give him some respectability on this scoreboard. 8 goals, 12-9 if he kicks truly. 21 points with about 7 minutes to go if he converts. Ball goes across the face of goal, and I've mozzed him because he's kicked the ball out of bounds on the full.
It's been one of those days for Glenn. He's tried his heart out, but no one can question his work ethic, but the marks haven't.
Beside the behind post, has to obviously bring it to the clubroom side of the ground. That's where he goes, looking for Scroblak. Anderton over the top, Primke. Free kick's been given, and it goes against. I'm not too sure it went against, but the free kick goes to Wallace. Oh, that's 50.
Number 12.
Ryan Coy will now come to the boundary line, I think, and spend a couple of minutes just contemplating his mistake there.
It's interesting again. There's another statistic that Thomson's leading in. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 50-metre penalties forced, and they've only given away 4. Well, I suppose 4's a lot to give away in a game, but in today's contest, it's hardly any. So they've had twice as many 50-metre penalties go their way, but they still haven't been able to get on the board. And he's given away another one.
Paisley's said something this time, being too close to the mark. So he's gone from centre wing with a 50, from running over the mark, and now Paisley for being too close, and Glenn Wallace, he kicks a goal from 55 metres out. Beat Hawthorn.
Yep.
So ball back in the middle of the ground. This time the ball's picked up there by Hyland, running the wrong way. Has player in O'Neill. Long handball, goes searching for Riley. Primke's with him. He does well, stands on his feet, and that's probably the difference. Kicks the ball in towards the half-forward line. Menzies comes out. Diving mark, takes it. Needs to get up and move the ball quickly, so he needs players to run, so he's got moving from behind. Goes to Maheras. He's used that left foot a hell of a lot today, and he finds Hyland. It's a nice kick. Finds Hyland on the centre wing. Kicks inside, goes looking for Wallace again. In front, player is Cameron. It dives in the ball. Kudajar. He emerges with it. Handballs back to Primke. Goes further ahead to Hayter. Now to Chamberlain. So Chamberlain. Player he's looking for is Baker, and Baker, who hasn't spent much time on the ground, he takes the mark. So running player is Liston. He goes inside this time and finds Oliver. Oliver now has Liston, who's pushed forward. He's going to take the mark. Pressure arrives, but he takes the mark and does it well. So he slows things down. 27 minutes gone, final quarter. East Geelong with the ball on centre wing.
He's been good today too, Liston.
Kicks in now, goes looking for and trying to find Closter, but in front is Vaughan. Vaughan takes the mark.
Not happy about the contact he received.
So Vaughan just steadying things down, but they've got no time to waste. Needs to load up and go long. So he goes in towards the centre of the ground, goes looking for route. But the only player standing there is Cameron, and he takes the mark. He's also been a fairly good contributor today for East Geelong. Goes wide, and Liston just playing backward of the ball. Goes looking for Chamberlain. It's a short chip. Need to have the carry, and he marks it in the field of play. So Chamberlain just slowing things down now. Has options inside. Jennings is one of those players he's been asked to play on by the umpire. Just chips a kick going, looking for Closter again. Vaughan behind, takes the mark. And again, he changes direction, goes across the ground. The kick's not real flash because Hayter has picked the ball up. He's another player that hasn't spent a lot of ground time. Goes to Baker. Baker kicks the ball across. Vetter's pushed forward, but the kick doesn't have the right carry. Oh, that's got to be 50 if he hasn't called play on. And there's another 50. We could have a record here today.
Well, I'm pretty sure from memory it was 18 in the game between North Geelong and Winchelsea, so we're getting up in that region.
So now Mark Vetter has been pulled back to just forward of centre wing, and the ball from Lennon kicks into the forward line, and Rout has taken one of his only marks for the day. So Adam Rout.
We're currently sitting on 14 50-metre penalties.
From 40 metres out, almost directly in front, can go back and bring the margin back to...
I think the Cats got up. Just looking at Carlisle, there's a...
Good on you, Fred. You keep us going, mate. We've got a shot for goal here too. We'll see how we both go. This time, lines up. Kick from Adam Rout is long. It's straight, and it is through for a goal.
McInnes gets it down.
Might just cross
Oliver
the MCG for
dropped
report
it.
on the game, mate.
Came back to Hyland. Hyland gets it away to Gardner to Anderton off a step. Left foot kick towards half foot. He's had a great last quarter, Wallace. I tell you, he has worked his bottom off in the last quarter, and he runs free again, gets around a couple, and kicks behind. He's had a pretty good last term, the coach.
Ball comes out, and its mark has been taken. It's Cameron who's taken another good mark. So they're taller players, don't get any shorter and still jumping. So as time ticks by, he goes back inside, and Oliver takes the mark. So he's going back inside the goal square now. Just having his time, steadies up. Went looking for and trying to find Scrublack. The kick was good. I didn't think it was going to be that good, but he's taken the mark. Further down the ground, Chamberlain. The big fella's probably a little bit slow to get back off the mark. Asked to play on now by the umpire, so he loads up, goes back to that position. Primke's going to be the target. He's up in front. Simon Primke takes a good mark. Come down with a bit of cramp then, I think.
Yeah, he came off the ground, I think, in the second quarter with a bit of an injury, and he's been hobbling around ever since.
So Primke goes further afield, goes towards Hayter. The ball hit ground level, picked up there by Liston. Handball goes to Cormac. Cormac out wide to Chamberlain, and Chamberlain now steadies, loads up on that long right foot, goes inside 50, well inside 50, and McGuinness doesn't take... Oh, yes, he does. The umpire says that is good enough.
Well, they would have got a free kick either way.
Has been paid, and it will be McInnes. So it's a point in the for Geelong.
How does that work? I thought it was all over Red Rover. They've obviously both kicked goals in that.
Okay, mate.
Well, there
Thanks,
you go.
mate. So the ball now comes in. McInnes loads up. That looks a nice looking kick off the boot. Umpire stands there, and it goes straight back over his head. And into the goal. So, but anyway, the ball back in the centre. Take it away, Josie.
Anderton goes with a big left hand thump to Riley. His handball to Gardner. Turn back around. Oh, dodged a couple. Got the handball free in the end. Riley off a step long towards McLeod. Scrobble that comes across. Free kick for a hold. Highlights giving it away. Jackson McLeod will take the free kick.
You'd want to give him the footy soon.
Yes, you would. Oh, he's making sure he gives it straight to him too, Scrobber. He didn't want to give away another one. So Jackson McLeod has the footy 20 metres out, 45-degree angle. He's kicked 3 goals, 3 this afternoon.
And he's kicked 50 goals for the year now too, guys.
So this for goal number 51 and the 10th for Thomson this afternoon. On the siren, Jackson McLeod comes in and has kicked the goal. His 4th of the afternoon and the 10th